Exposition, an LMC Experience original podcast.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to the Exposition podcast. I'm your host, Micah. Death Grips is the greatest band with MC Wright as the head, Sims, and I'm here with my co-host T.
Hello.
And today we have a special co-host. A special guest today, Lance.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Shout out to T and shout out to Mike for having me today.
We're really grateful to have you here today, especially because you're the one who made our intro and outro. So we're very grateful for that.
Plus, you reminded me how to do sound engineering, and I had forgotten because the last time I did sound engineering was freshman year of high school, and I don't remember anything from that.
Yeah, it was crazy. Someone from your journalism department was asking me, "Are you part of recording arts?" And I told him no. I do it for fun.
You totally should be. You know what you're doing, like down to a science.
Agreed.
Shout out to the pandemic. I was literally in my room doing nothing but making music, staying on FL, and questioning my life.
So
in a good way.
So you're a recording artist and also a producer, right?
I used to be a recording artist. We can talk about why I'm not anymore, at least in my own considerations. But I would definitely, if I were to take on the moniker of a producer, I'll be fine with that.
Alrighty. So when did you start your recording and producing?
So I started recording music, I would say, for fun in middle school because I really didn't have much friends growing up, and I got myself into so much trouble trying to do that and trying to conform and find a tight-knit community that would really accept me for who I am as a person, because I was a very shy person. I remember back in high school, there was this one girl that I was walking with me and my friend, and it was like, Lance, and I said, "Oh, what's up? Why are you?" No, she was like, "You know what? Why are you so weird?" And I was like, "Why am I weird?" And she said, "Oh, because you're so quiet all the time." I'm like,
I think that's happened to all three of us, to be fair.
I agreed.
I know it's more commonplace nowadays when you're introverted. You know, people will look at you in a very suspicious manner, but I mean, that's just who I am. I'm comfortable who I'm around if I really know you that well. But yeah, back to the music thing. So yeah, I did start in middle school. I did a lot of rap and hip hop. I just, downloaded Audacity on my beat up Toshiba laptop, and I just hit record. I taught myself through YouTube tutorials on how to record myself. I knew nothing about the logistics of engineering. I had to just, experiment. Of course, if it was clipping, who cares?
Could you give us a bar real quick?
Let me think.
Spitting straight heat.
Bruh.
Okay, I'm trying to think. I haven't freestyled in a while. I feel like I really lost it. Running on 3 hours of sleep, producing engineering, I'm exhausted.
See, that was good.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of something. But yeah, so it's mainly through Audacity, through my Windows, but that came to an end because I kept downloading free stuff.
Oh yeah, you never download quote-unquote free stuff.
There was this plugin called Nexus, and lots of producers at the time, I mean, they're still amazing today, like Metro Boomin and Zaytoven. They used a lot of plugins called Nexus and Purity. They're like really nice synthesizers, and I thought you could get them for free, and apparently I got a virus. I was looking for the demo version because I know I had to buy it, so I went on, trusted websites, quote-unquote, to actually download a demo for it because I couldn't find one anywhere else. And I got a massive virus on my Windows, so then I got the Mac. And then from there, I'll tell you this, Juice WRLD came along. And when Juice WRLD came along, there was a lot of, a reinvention of what hip-hop was. It was more down to earth. Of course, rhythm and blues is down to earth, but I guess the whole emo rock wave with hip-hop, I was like, oh, I think this is kind of cool. I remember the moment I discovered Juice WRLD because he really inspired me to really take on music and try producing. Juice WRLD and Nick Mira. This was 2017 December. I was playing for my freshman basketball team in Heritage High School, which was my previous school I was going to for high school. And on our team bus, or I would say team bus, you know how you just carpool with your parents or the team parents. I was listening to Lucid Dreams and Let Me Know, the songs that Nick Mira made, and I was just amazed by just how amazing the music was. It seemed very modern and new to me, and I wanted to try doing something like that. So yeah, from there I kind of stopped recording music with my voice, and I just wanted to get on the production side from there. All to Mira and Juice. Rest in peace.
No, that's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, especially like engineering, like that shit's hard.
It's no joke. It's no joke.
You listen to what's his name? Jay Dilla. His
I heard of Jay Dilla, good old school.
some good stuff right there.
I definitely.
Donuts is one of the most flawless production albums.
It's a classic for a
I
reason.
don't know much about old school production, but I have to shout out, of course, MF Doom and Jay Dilla, New Jobbies, rest in peace. Is that how you say it?
No, but
Okay, correct me on that one.
I'm not
very
going to
bad.
correct you because I don't know how to say it either. It's not how
I don't know either. I'm
New
not gonna.
James, I don't know, but rest in peace too. I believe he's passed. So the
MF
work
Doom
lives
was.
on.
Ooh, MF Doom was the best. I think his stuff is still some of the best produced. Period.
easily.
Like Food was just stellar album. Like I
What
can't.
was that one song? Because I don't know much about him. I've heard him around. It goes like
Rap
Rap
Snitches?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Rap Snitch Snitches. Oh, that song is great.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's the only song I know. I definitely got to listen more to MF Doom.
You should check out all of Mad Villainy.
No,
Incredible.
Mad Villainy. Is it the one with the has like where
Accordion.
he
Yeah.
has the MF
Accordion.
Doom mask?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the one. And he's like facing like away from the camera, like not away, but like tilting a little.
Yeah.
It's like the Doom mask on his
Mhm.
face. Yeah.
You know, the Accordion is probably the most famous song off that album, and it's a great track. It's one verse and it's just the beat and him going.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's so much I like want to. I don't know. Where do we even start?
Figaro, dude. Figaro off of that album is one of the craziest rhyme schemes I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, Figaro is
If
great.
you're gonna put me on to an album by MF Doom, which one do you think I should listen
Mad
to
Villainy.
first?
Mad Villainy, yeah.
First one to go for it.
Food is like a good
Close
intro
second.
because if you want to get to know him as a person before you listen to like his best work, quote unquote, then I would say Food, Mad Villainy. But you can go either way.
I mean, I'd also recommend his first name album, Doomsday. It's really good.
Doomsday's really good, yeah. The opening track off that is peak.
I'm definitely gonna check that out. I haven't really been in touch with like I guess old school hip hop. I mean, just because I've been listening to more rock nowadays and metal.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say I grew up on hip hop. It's just I felt I was kind of forced into it to conform because back in middle school, all the cool kids were listening to like Bay Area music.
Yeah.
Like, shout out SOBRBE, Mike
E40.
Shroom, E40 as well. You know, Muscle Car. My dad actually has an E40 album. The song,
My-
only song I remember was Muscle Car, and like it had the whole car like hyphy and like thumping.
My
That's-
my dad's best friend worked for the Oakland A's in their like telecommunications department. So he was the guy who like made sure they were on the air when they were supposed to be and all that. He hangs out with E40. I just
E40's amazing.
That's
I don't
crazy.
know why they
Yeah.
kicked him out from the Sacramento Kings game against the Warriors. Something happened, but at least they're back and they're on good terms with the security.
Well, anyways, I've heard to listen to a lot of your demos, obviously. I'm a big fan. I like your stuff.
Thanks.
Especially your more emo punk stuff. It's really fun.
Yup.
Reminds me of My Chemical Romance, Paramore.
Oh.
Like, that's like my childhood right there, dude.
ooh,
They
the
were my
Paramore.
childhood, but I didn't want to take pride in listening to like emo stuff because I thought people would bully me for it. I mean, of course, like nowadays it's all popular because TikTok plays it all the time. You see Pierce the Veil and people having their lights,
Right?
like you know what I mean. You
So
told me
much
think
Pierce the
about
Veil.
it, well,
Yeah.
I did. Like when that part comes in, they have let's say you're in your room, right, and you have a crowd around you. And then as soon as the breakdown hits in the bridge, they just turn off the lights and they have like your phone flashlights turned on, like it's a concert, and they have like I guess like a slipper as the mic. Yeah, I just think the revival of it is amazing. I don't know if you could really determine it as or define it and deem it as the Roaring 20s, but a lot of the early 2000s, even with post-punk too, that's all coming back.
Even into the 90s, because Micah knows I'm on a Duster binge right
Get that
now.
crap
Duster?
out of here, dude.
And-
Duster sucks.
Duster helps me sleep.
Duster's great. Yeah, Duster's like,
Like, dun,
Peak-
dun,
Dude,
dun,
listen to
dun.
Slow Dive. Listen to something actually good.
Souvlaki's amazing.
oh, I mean, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
Souvlaki's amazing.
weird to be like, yeah, this great rock band is also not as comparable as this other great rock
No,
band.
because they're both like in the same genre, slowcore, dude.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Duster's doing like space slowcore, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
so is Slow Dive. What are you talking about?
Slowcore is coming back though. There's this massive, I guess, charting song. I don't know if it's on Billboard, but it's going crazy right now. It's called Romantic Suicide. Not Suicide, Romantic Homicide. And there's also a song Here With You by David. It's like D4VD.
I think I've definitely
It's a
seen
really,
that before.
really nice slowcore song. The one I first mentioned, Romantic Homicide. That's going up crazy on TikTok. So I mean, now that people are getting onto that kind of style, I think that's amazing too.
I can't remember who it was, but it was like I saw an Instagram reel because they're the same as TikToks, interchangeable. And it was this girl who posted it. It had like 2 million likes or something.
What was she doing?
It was a "Have a Nice Life" song
Oh,
playing
shoot,
in the
which one?
background.
Dead consciousness?
Yeah, it was what is it called? The Eternal Worm one. Devour Connecticut. It was the intro track.
Was it the Earth Mover song?
No.
Earth Mover's good too,
Dude,
though.
I found out about Have a Nice Life, funny enough, through a meme by Flight Reacts. You ever heard of Flight Reacts?
No, I've not.
Well, he's this famous sports reactor, and like he has a song called Disingenuous because that's really how he is. Like he acts like he's dumb, but it's for content, and like I don't know. It's like, when someone purposefully goofs off to put on an image that they're dumb.
Yeah,
Well,
of
I think
course.
that's most people.
Yeah, but I mean, he does it so amazingly. And yeah, there was a meme where he was like, ah, like as soon as he started screaming, and then an Earth Mover, where like this, I don't know if it's a bass, it's like this massive drum and this massive, like, I guess, string of guitars start playing.
So, fun fact, I've made a video on this album because I'm online all the time and I have nothing else to do.
Sometimes I feel it.
In doing research for the video, I found what that was. It was the bass player slamming his guitar because he was so mad at the session that they had just had. He was so mad that they had spent so long on the album that he just threw his guitar and then they left it in. So that's the end of Earth Mover. That's why it does that doo doo.
I don't know if there's ever a moment where I'll ever have to break my electric guitar. I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, I don't reach such a psychotic state for me to do so, but I don't know. I think my guitar is precious and it's too precious to like break. So
What do you think is the greatest album of all time, and why?
I don't know.
What a question to drop on someone.
Oh no.
I would have to say the music I like is very mood based. So I think at the moment I would have to say I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love by My Chemical Romance. That's the only album I've been really like blasting for sure, and I could really resonate. Just the rawness of like the post-hardcore and the emo influences, and I just like the storyline about it. I mean, they have like very fairy tale, like, oh, you got to go save your loved one who's dead, or you got to.
Seems pretty dramatic.
No,
It is very dramatic. I mean, that's why they went on to make a rock opera.
Yeah, I was gonna say the is that their first album?
Yeah, it's their first ever album.
I was gonna say the debut is an interesting.
Like
thing.
songs like Early Sunsets Over Monroeville, Drowning Lessons, Demolition Lovers. Those are my favorite songs off of them. So those are the songs that I guess stand out in the album.
I'd probably go with Black Parade from them. if I had-
Disagree.
I mean-
3 Cheers.
Now I would go 3 Cheers, right? I would.
Helena, just like a man.
The only reason I don't is because I get through I think like the first 4 tracks on that album, and then my brain tones out until I remember that I'm Not Okay is on it, and then I tone back in, and then I tone back out. And that's the only reason I can't say that's my favorite.
Bro, I don't like I'm Okay now because I literally crashed my bumper into a freaking curb,
Okay. This is exactly what happened. So it was me, shout out Valeria, she was with us, another student here on campus, and it was me in the back seat. So we were trying to go to our opera performance for our class, and yeah, it was for Tosca. We wanted to make a U-turn so we could possibly find parking right in front of the entrance. My guy, he did not try to back in when he was trying to make a U-turn on such a narrow road space that he just hit his bumper like, on the
Wow.
curb. So essentially like this, right? So you're about to turn left, and there's no sign prohibiting where the U-turn is.
Yeah.
So he does a U-turn, and there's not much room for you to not hit the curb. So you could have either reversed or you could have just turned left and maybe like navigated around somehow else. But yeah, he hit his fender, and that stuff was hanging off.
And it was not hanging it off. It's there. It's like still connected.
Well, I mean, it was still connected, but
If
I
it's
think
hanging while connected, it's hanging nonetheless.
true.
It's not hanging. Okay.
Well, I mean, the benefit of the doubt
Mom
is
and Dad,
we were
you
able
did not
to,
hear that.
The benefit of the doubt is we were able to somewhat fix it. There's only a little bit of a, separation between
Like the tiniest thing
headlights.
that you can't
Yeah,
literally.
the headlight in the
literally
fender.
can't
yeah, exactly.
notice.
Yeah,
So
just slap some industrial tape on that. you're fine.
Literally.
yeah, but it wasn't that bad. But yeah, that's a funny way of remembering the song now, huh?
Yeah, I was listening to I'm Okay, I'm Not Okay, and then they're like, yo, boh!
No, I was blasting the chorus in the back. I was just screaming it because that song is amazing.
Song is amazing.
First heard it from Guitar Hero playing it on Expert.
God.
Guitar, is that what inspired you to play guitar, or is there another reason you play guitar now?
So let me try to remember. The first ever time I played guitar was Guitar Hero. It was Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. My dad used to film me playing it. The song that I remember that he filmed me playing was Slow Ride. I don't know who made the song. It was like Slow Ride. Dun, dun,
I don't remember who made it, but yeah, I think everyone knows that one.
So yeah, it's been probably on a bunch of movies in the past, like 90s, like I guess rom-com romance movies. I think I'm not sure, but it's a pretty old-fashioned song. But that was a song I started playing off that I remember from Guitar Hero. I wanted to actually start playing real guitar eventually, so I started taking guitar lessons at Gill's Music when I was 8 or 9. And my parents got me I think it was a nylon guitar. I wish it was like maybe like those wooden strings that I know, Micah, you have one, something like that.
Metal strings.
Yeah, metal strings.
Who was your instructor?
My instructor was Michael John Leonardi. He was actually in a band called Divot. Now he used to tour around Europe, but I mean, sometimes when I'm bored, I do check his Facebook because he meant a lot to me, like in terms of inspiring me to keep pursuing music. Sometimes I fooled around in my lessons and I put up like weird songs to try to make instructions and like tabs about. And like he's like, oh no, you got to focus. If you really want to get better, you really have to, remove distractions and really hone in on your craft. Because like the time we have together trying to improve your picking and your technique, it's for you have to make it part of you and you have to not really goof off because time is precious. So, and I really understood what he meant because like I don't talk to him anymore, and I believe he's married now and he's like touring wherever. I guess he's like a touring musician. He's not in a band anymore. Yeah, he actually his music was uploaded on the same YouTube channel or record label as Black Veil Brides, I believe.
Oh, the hell's that?
Black Veil Brides is like, okay, they're deemed as emo, but I don't really think so. It's more like glam rock, glam metal.
They're like Pierce the Veil if they were like a little bit more artsy.
Like
think
David
of it like
Bowie,
that, like
right?
it's pure black. Like they dress so gothic, but they don't make gothic music. It's more like hair
Kiss?
metal. Kind
If
of. It's
you were
like
gonna do like a modern invention of Kiss, I
like
guess.
if My Chemical Romance took glam to like the highest extent possible.
Okay.
But yeah,
like
they were,
Ghost, except instead of Satan, it's just the color black.
Wait, the Ghost is about Satan? Am I
no,
tripping?
Ghost is a satanic band.
That
I
is
didn't know
their,
that.
their whole bit is that like they act like they're Catholics, but they're just Satanist. Like that's why they do the get-ups.
That's like the whole point of like what is it called again? Like Dark Throne and also what's that other band? Mayhem. Black metal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I mean that's just their thing.
I
yeah.
think a good comparison to Black Veil Brides is if you listen to Skillet, they're a Christian metal band and like that same like I guess like heaviness. You can't say it's grunge, but it's definitely like heavy metal influenced. Like the good old like the good old minor scale. So yeah, I mean the tones between those two bands like Black Veil Brides and like Skillet I think are pretty similar. So
I'm not gonna lie, I never thought I'd meet someone who knew what Skillet was. I've never heard anyone.
I found out
life.
about Skillet from I used to be a huge wrestling fan, so I had all the action figures when I was younger.
And they have an intro song, don't they?
The Skillet song, I think, is Hero. It was on SmackDown versus Raw 2009 or 11. I'm not sure, but early 2010s, late 2000s. Yeah, I used to play those games, and I guess I wouldn't say that's my gateway to rock. I'm not sure. I mean, I only started getting into like for real, like in the 2020s.
Yeah, no, I mean the WWE to music pipeline is kind of well documented at this point. Like even in rap, it's like a very extensive intro for a lot of musicians. Like a lot of guys I listen to, like Micah knows JPEG Mafia.
Hell yeah.
He samples the WWE all the time.
Yeah, when NBA YoungBoy was making a cover of Marilyn Manson's song, I think it was a Street Dreams. Everyone's like, "Oh, this is WWE music."
Wait, did he actually do that? That's a thing.
NBA YoungBoy saying "Sweet dreams are
That's
made
awesome.
of this."
I gotta find that afterwards.
not the '80s synth pop new wave version, I believe, but the Manson inspired one.
No, bro. Have you heard of JPEG Mafia's "Call Me Maybe"? What's it? Freaking cover.
I know JPEG Mafia is like experimental with like Plunderphonics and all that. I have not listened to it.
It's not Plunderphonics at all.
No, it's not Plunderphonics.
If you want to listen to good Plunderphonics, you would want to look up Avalanches. The Avalanches.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, JPEG Mafia is just like purely like electronic
industrial
stuff. Yeah,
Industrial stuff amazing. Micah put me on with industrial with a Lingua Ignota.
Lingua Ignota is a fantastic artist. Have you listened to Sinner Get Ready?
I listened to some songs, but I did listen to the entirety of All People Die.
It's a good one.
I listened to that
For
one.
the audience at home, he meant to say all bitches die, but you know.
I don't like cussing. I know the stuff I say, I'd rather keep it clean.
That's
sure.
fair.
That's just me. There's no need to like spread negativity and wish bad on people like that. That's the whole part of cursing, you know. So
Fair.
That I grew up with. So
that's an interesting concept because the way my parents always talk about cursing was that it's like, you know, it's just another way to get your like point across. It's just another term in your vernacular. It's not really something of like, I guess, social importance. Like, I guess seeing it as like a I'm attacking you because I'm like cursing or something like that. You know what I mean?
I kind of see it that like kind of attack, like that vocal attack, and I don't really want to be so aggressive towards people like that. And if I want to get my point across, I can say it in more restrained ways.
Yeah,
sure.
I get that.
Anyways, back to Lingua Ignota.
Lingua Ignota.
I love her stuff so much.
Sinner Get Ready was probably my favorite album of 2021.
I think it's one of my favorite albums of all time, easily.
I have to listen to it.
It's like
and Caligula too.
Caligula. Apparently, it's black noise. Like that's what Rate Your Music says. It says it's black noise.
Well, Sinner Get Ready is more like I don't
folky.
Yeah, it's more like
dark folk, huh?
Yeah, it's like goth folk. I'd say is like the best way to describe it.
What is that?
I don't think that's a thing. I made it up on the spot, to be honest. But I do think
that's
that's
like avant folk. I think like what's it called again? Like
Grouper.
Grouper is not avant folk because their stuff's like dream pop.
Oh, true.
Have you listened to Grouper before?
I only listened to Poison Tree, like the dun 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 dun, like that.
Poison Tree, okay, but like Grouper's so much better. Look up Grouper, great stuff.
Isn't Poison Tree by Grouper?
Yeah, but like her her AIA Aliens album in particular, I'm thinking about is really good. Like every song on there's a bop. For ambient works, obviously. If you don't get ambient work, you know, wouldn't make sense to you.
No,
but
I love ambient works. I actually didn't get into ambient work, or actually, I didn't get into actual ambient music and enjoy it until our popular music class with Luis. I was looking through
Aphex Twin.
You already said it. Aphex Twin, Boards of Canada. There's another one I'm trying to remember. William Basinski. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And you also have The Caretaker too, but I did not. I keep falling asleep listening to like I think I keep falling asleep in Stage 3.
Everything Everywhere.
Everything Everywhere at the End of Time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the issue with that project specifically, that like, you know, the whole thing is that it is just a sleepy listen.
Nah,
like,
dude, you write it while you listen to it while you're writing an essay. Like,
but that's
really
what I mean.
works.
Like you have to be like doing something to not fall asleep listening to it. Because every time I've put it on, I'm just like, this is nice sleepy time music.
I'm just chilling in bed listening to that song. What's it called? I tried to, and I just fell asleep. So I'll probably like work on something or like master something while listening to it.
Yeah.
Bro, the sixth one made me cry. And I don't usually cry listening to like music and stuff like that. But the sixth part of that is like, it's intense.
I've gotten snippets of it, of course, through memes and all that about what the stages are about and kind of getting a general synopsis. But, I mean, it would be amazing if I can actually sit through all 6 hours of it because that's definitely a goal of mine.
For sure.
Yeah. You know what? Controversial take here. Swans make me kind of sleepy sometimes.
Get that out of here.
Swans.
Disgusting.
You know, Micah put me on to Soundtrack for the Blind.
Only because they have so many, like, ambient sections that will happen where it's like
listen to Godspeed Black Emperor.
Yes, no, and they put me. I think they're one of the best bands of all time, and
Disagree.
I still think
one's better.
Put me kind of to sleepy sometimes. But I think that's the issue with having like these long like episodic albums is like at some point you need downtime, and that downtime will be, you know, it's going to be a little ambient in nature, especially if you're one of these like
noisy.
Yeah.
So essentially, like you need some form of interlude, right? Maybe to like go against the grain of that harshness or noise that some ambient projects come with, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I think Godspeed and Swans do great jobs at that, to be fair. Like
they're just 2 songs that are like long, but apparently they have several sections within them. I remember I was at Micah's house and we looked at the vinyl of it, and it was illustrated along the vinyl page.
I was showing him Sleep. You know, we don't sleep on the beach from Lift Your Skinny Fist to Heaven.
Oh yeah.
there's a whole like map to where you listen to it. You just look at the map and see what points you are.
Dead Flag Blues is still probably
way
my
better.
favorite song of theirs, to be fair. I think the sample like speech is just too good, and then I don't know, just how desolate the entire thing is
Sure.
very intriguing.
I was able to like really relax. I wasn't actually falling asleep to Swans. Well, not Swans. I meant Godspeed. But I mean, I definitely felt relaxed listening to the whole thing. It was a whole like 20 to 40 minutes, right, in total.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 2 tracks, I believe. But
That's
there's
4 tracks depending on which one you're like 2 tracks.
I played
think,
it through Spotify
F sharp, A
Mm,
sharp,
yeah.
Infinity is 2 tracks on Spotify.
because I know there's only like 2 tracks to
3
play.
on Apple Music.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's
unfair.
To Lift Your Skinny Fist, right?
That's 4
But-
tracks.
Lift Your Skinny Fist. Yeah, that's 4 tracks, no matter what.
4 tracks. And then probably I did it that way.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that much played on Spotify when I actually heard the whole album myself.
Yo, speaking of like long tracks and stuff like that, you should check out this really great 40-minute song called
Sleep.
No.
I know it's Sleep.
That song is an hour long. There's a difference.
An hour-long song.
It's great.
Dude, imagine
but
how to play that in live.
that is crazy too.
That's a whole jam band now.
Mhm.
But it's a Fishman song that's like
Oh, they're a
Long
jam
Season.
Long Season by Fishman.
Oh my God,
Wait,
Long
Fishman is a jam band, right?
No.
Or is it just Fish?
They're like
Fishman's is a J rock band.
Oh, J-Rock. Oh,
Yeah,
J-Rock's
Fish is
amazing.
the jam band and they suck. So
Yeah, no, but Long Season by Fishman's, you have to listen to the Live at Osaka
Live version.
Blitz. The studio album is good, don't get me wrong, it's a very good album, but the Live at Osaka Blitz cut is that was the last performance the lead singer did before he died,
Oh, rest in peace.
and it was supposed to be a sending off show for the bass player.
mhm.
So it ended up being a very like it's internet lore wise, it's a very like tragic thing. But the performance is, I'd say, easily
Perfect.
top 5 live performances, point blank period. Like
Ever.
It's like 1 hour nonstop, just J-Rock. Maybe post-rock, because
It's
post-rock.
more neo psychedelia. It's very
Yeah.
psychedelic.
I'd say
Mm.
like for the band as a whole, I'd probably call them closer to J rock for like all of their music.
Yeah.
But like that specifically is a very
I
it's a
mean,
very
I've just seen,
psychedelic
like,
listen.
Japanese bands that make rock music, they just, I guess, put them under this umbrella of J-Rock.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's this band called Fact. Have you ever heard of them?
Nope.
Okay, but like they're this easy core band, and I don't even think that they're just J-Rock in general, because I mean it's kind of hard. I don't really like grouping up a genre of people based on where their country is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Of course, they have a style, but like I mean, calling someone J-Rock just because they're from Japan, I don't think that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And I mean like Fishman's does like a lot of stuff too. They've done they
yeah.
have like dream pop, they have like reggae in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Shoegaze.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay,
oh, for sure.
shoegaze.
Oh.
If I hear dream pop, I feel like there's
Shoegaze.
shoegaze.
Yeah, well, because there's that like one section of it where they have like the wind chime playing
Yes.
or whatever it
Wind
is,
chimes.
and it's got like
No,
a
I-
sparkling effect on it. It's
Yeah.
blissful.
We're in Lingua Ignota. Weren't there wind chimes at the very beginning of the song?
Yes, I think
For Woe to Wall.
What to all.
Yeah, that's what I was like when I heard it. I just love the way the wind chime is played, and I saw her perform live in this very intimate setting in front of I think 30 or 40 people.
Wait, you did?
No, on YouTube.
Oh,
okay,
I've
I was
seen her
gonna say-
perform
On
live.
YouTube, and she had wind chimes around her. I thought it was like a raindrop effect. Usually it's like very high treble, high frequency. I thought you can just put like a royalty free effects on there, but it was actual wind chimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking, wow, she's so down with her craft, and that's what makes it really
Yeah,
special.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's live music incredible. Like, I don't know. Because there's this, we had this crackhead on our podcast named Edward Haven. And he brought, homie said literally that Grateful Dead's a bad band. He's like, if you listen to their
My
records.
grandfather hung out with Grateful Dead.
Really?
I've
back
never
in the
heard Grateful
60s.
Dead.
You never
But-
heard Grateful Dead, bro?
No, I've only heard Haven say that it was bad.
Wow. Damn, Haven
But I
just coming
can't-
out with the bad
I
takes.
can't.
guess.
Exactly.
I can't agree nor disagree unless I actually listen to the band themselves.
Don't
Grateful
worry. You
Dead's
don't
awesome.
worry. You don't need to know that he was wrong on that take.
I've
Listen
never
to
heard-
their live stuff, though. Their live stuff's really
Live
great.
albums?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're much better than their, like, recorded stuff, but it's still good.
definitely.
I'm still looking forward to having Nice Life in June. It's like the only thing I'm thinking about.
You're seeing them in June?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm seeing Boy Genius in June, so.
Oh yeah, shout out Boy Gene, shout out Phoebe.
God, I love that album.
You know how the funny thing was I found out about Phoebe Bridgers from a Stranger Things edit.
Oh, that's
Okay, so
that hurts a little bit. That hurts.
No,
my-
but listen,
ooh.
listen. This is why. I mean, I do appreciate her music, but I'll tell you how I found out. So when I'm not gonna say this is spoilers because I'm pretty sure everyone has seen Stranger Things season 4. Have you both seen it?
I stopped watching after season 1.
Okay, essentially, there's a main character, Max, and her eyes are getting gouged out by this monster called Vecna from the Upside Down. And when Luke
Spoilers. I'm just joking.
Like I already said, most likely it's not spoilers because come on, it's been a whole year since it's been
I'm
out.
joking.
So.
Come on.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I get you. But yeah, and then the waiting room, which was I think it was a privated song that Phoebe had on her SoundCloud, took it down, and I was like, yo, this is fire. Who is this artist? Because I just love the way that it's like acoustic with some folk influences and a little bit of indie rock. I was like, wow, this is something new that I've never heard before.
Phoebe Bridgers is the only person who can make songs about Elliott Smith and Tom York and make it sound good.
Tom York.
What song are you talking about?
The title opening track off of
Punisher.
No, the first one.
Well, have you heard the waiting
Strangers
room?
in the Alp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to it when you recommended me in the car.
The Waiting Room by Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah,
what
it's
about
really
you?
good.
What about you, T? Have
What?
you heard The Waiting Room by
I have
Phoebe
not.
Bridgers?
Check
it goes
it
like
out.
But I'm also not on. I don't be on TikTok like that, so I
no,
don't
it's,
see
it's not on
sounds.
TikTok. I actually found this through a Twitter. It was
Oh, it was a Twitter edit. That's
Yeah, it was a
even better.
Twitter edit, yeah.
Bruh.
Smoke Signals is the song, by the way.
Smoke Signals.
That's because she talks about him singing with a, or is it? It might be Motion Sickness. We're talking about the fake English accent.
It's such a good song.
God.
Neutral Milk Hotel.
Okay, yeah, okay. There you go.
Hey, I gotta sneak it in there.
With all
So
the
you've been
takes.
asking me to listen to it for a while, and then eventually I was at home and I wanted to listen to some like albums and stuff, just something out of the blue, outside of the regular emo metal punk stuff I listened to. So I listened to In the Airplane Over the Sea, and then wow, I felt relaxed. I really like that whole like rural setting that they paint in your
Mhm.
mind when you listen to it. What a beautiful face I found in this place, circling all around the sea. I love that. Remember what I said earlier? It's like if you take Billy Corgan and like have like a I guess better instrumentation. I feel like really like relaxing, calming,
Yeah.
atmospheric at the same time, and then you add like a whole brass band with it.
Yeah. I mean, I have some bias here because it's my favorite album of all time, but
Damn. Sounds
it's-
pretty biased, yeah.
it's pretty biased. I mean, it's way better than Duster, bruh.
I don't know why you hate on Duster so much. It's
I mean,
a lot of-
Stratosphere is not bad.
Stratosphere is trash, dude. Don't even give it to me.
I swear this.
It's the type of stuff you put your headphones on and like turn off the lights at 3 a.m. and just look outside your window.
You could
type
do that
stuff.
to Beach House, which is way better.
I mean, I did that with Beach House.
I
as
mean,
well.
have you tried listening to their other albums?
No.
Exactly.
Is
So
it the
you
one with the
wouldn't-
cat on the front of it?
That's their self-titled
Oh,
from
they're
2018.
self-titled.
Yeah.
Okay, I've not listened to that.
2018.
I only
Mhm.
listened to so Stratosphere was their album with like
Stratosphere
the green,
is their debut from 1998.
it has like a green pasture.
Yes.
And it's like 2D.
Mm-hmm. Because that the album cover is a picture from Life magazine in 1970 of Alberta, Canada.
Do you know their artistic inspirations for the cover? Because I think it's interesting. They had like 2D. Like
I don't know for sure because there's not a lot on like the band and what they've said about the album. But if I had to guess, it's probably because they're from San Jose, California, and a lot of their stuff is based off like the area. So I'd assume it's like literally just take a drive around on the like a California highway, and
Oh,
you're
for
gonna look
sure.
out the
Oh, yeah,
window and see
definitely.
a hill that
yeah,
looks
you're
like
just gonna
that.
see like random like nothingness out there, just
Mm.
full of like barren land
Yeah,
and just
I didn't know we were talking about Wyoming, dude.
Wyoming.
I mean that's just how a lot
That's
of
Midwest, right? Did you count
It's
that
not
Midwest?
Midwest. I'd say that's more north, right?
Why? Yeah, a little bit, but it's still like central rural or America.
It's like right next to Canada.
Yeah,
Bro, I
Is
love
it?
Canada
Yeah,
so
it
much.
is.
They had made Godspeed You Black Emperor, by the way.
They did. They also gave us Tory Lanez, so I don't know if we can.
Wait,
Mm.
Wyoming came from.
But
wait,
they also
Wyoming
gave us
had-
The Weeknd, though. Come on.
Wait,
That's
wait,
true.
wait, you said Tory Lanez came from Wyoming? I thought
No, Canada.
Oh, Canada. Yeah, I was gonna say they're both Canadian.
Yeah,
I believe.
But that's what I meant is they give us some good and they give us some bad.
Well, they gave us like the very best, or they gave us the very worst. You can see that with
Yeah.
Steven Crowder.
Ooh,
Who's
yeah.
Steven Crowder?
He's a
He's a divorced dad.
Yeah, he's
Wait,
a
is he like an artist? Is
no.
he
He's a like straight Nazi
oh,
dickweed on the
no,
internet.
we don't like that stuff.
Cool it.
We're all for equality.
Yeah, no, he's the worst.
I mean, again, it's like you either get the best from Canada. I think this streamer Hassan Piker says it best. He says like you either get
I've
the
heard
best.
about him. I believe he's like, I think he's like the nephew of like a famous, like I believe like Middle Eastern, I guess magistrate or like official. I'm not sure.
No, his uncle is I forgot his name. Cenk.
Cenk.
He's from the Young Turks. They're a like left leaning.
They're like a media
Publication,
outlet, I
yeah.
believe. I've seen them like do a bunch of like what TMZ does it without the whole paparazzi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're
exactly.
just
news coverage.
yeah. They do news coverage, and they're pretty libbed about it. I'd say libbed in a good way though.
Yeah, I don't really like know much about with politics and all that, but I mean, objectively, just looking at the news just to see what's up with everything. I definitely like to keep myself updated, regardless of like the bias. Oh, of course, I have to see where the bias is.
Oh
And I
yeah, for
also
sure.
have to see things objectively.
Like you never go on like Apple News feature and see a Fox article and think, oh yeah, this is good journalism. Like
I don't know what you're talking
Of
about.
course, like, when there's controversy, I do like to see both sides and kind of understand what the general consensus is from both, and if there's any kind of flawed reasoning. I do like to
for
do
sure
that as well. So
Or you could just go with the AP, dude. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Associated Press.
Yeah, Associated Press.
Associated Press is just going to be the most objective thing you can find on the internet.
Mostly.
Sure.
They do
Of
some.
course, it's CNN versus Fox, right? Isn't that the
Those are
main-
and even then, CNN isn't very like left leaning. They're pretty centrist on a lot of things.
Yeah. All right, we're going to start wrapping this up. I wanted to say, first off, thank you for coming. Is there anything last parting words you would like to say?
Anything you want to shout out?
Well, first I want to shout you both out again. Shout out
thank you.
Shout out Micah for having me on this podcast and helping me produce their intro and their outro. The dun 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 dun. I think I'm tone deaf right now. I got to fix that. And then the outro, the dun. I don't even know what chord it is. If there's any music theorists out here, comment down below what the chord is. 'Cause I slapped some reverb. By the way, I'm using a free reverb plugin called Supermassive Valhalla. If anyone wants to actually like recreate that sound. And also bought Serum, which is like this massive plugin that okay, you ever heard the song Mr. Rage by Trippie Redd?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that is the same VST plugin that the song was used for to produce the song.
Oh,
So yeah,
cool.
Serum. Porter Robinson uses Serum as well. I don't know if any of you.
Porter Robinson.
Robinson.
Yep.
Nurture's so good.
Right?
Yeah, something covering. Goodbye to the World. Favorite songs of mine. Get Your Wish. Love
Like
those
musician,
songs.
I'm sorry. Musician, I'm kind of
Yeah, but anyways, well, life is not always gonna go your way, but just keep pushing forward, have faith, and God loves you.
All right.
That's all I say.
I would like to I have to shout out a couple things as well, real quick. First off, thank you for producing our stuff. It's great. Thank you to the Los McDonald's College Library for providing us with this cool equipment. Go play a clapping noise.
Very, very fancy. I don't even remember which one it is. I think it's. Does the blue sound? I think it's this one. We got applause.
I think it's the yellow one. Wait, try the yellow one.
Try the blue.
No, yellow.
I don't even know how this sounds right now on like the
Pick the
recording.
yellow one.
Okay, we're picking it's not the yellow one. It's the yellow one.
I told you. What can I tell you? Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you very much.
Press the drum roll.
No.
No, not the drum.
All
roll.
right. I also wanted to say the only girl I ever loved was born with roses in her eyes, and then they buried her alive one evening, 1945, with her sisters by her side.
You remember the verse? Who can?
And all the...
Oh, he forgot it.
I
Never
forgot
mind.
the rest
Who's
of it.
saying that?
That's Nutri-Milk Hotel.
From In the Airplane Over the Sea?
Yeah, Holland, 1945. Anyways, thank you for listening. Thank you to Cindy McGrath for giving us two idiots a podcast. Thank you a lot. And also, I would love to... I want to thank my homie Garfield Sims, who is my dad.
Shout out Garfield.
What's up, Garfield? What's up?
Thanks, Garfield.
Thank you, Garfield, for birthing me so I can have so I could be here today. All right. That's all. I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye, folks.